Hey guys, it's Matt LaRosiere here with Firearms Policy Coalition, bringing you another weekly update, just to make sure you have all the latest information on everything affecting your right to keep and bear arms. First up this week, Amy Barrett on 2A. The biggest news, Amy Barrett's Senate confirmation hearings. Barrett's record on gun rights has come under an absurd amount of scrutiny, and just this Wednesday, Senator Dick Durbin, among others, repeatedly sampled from her opinion in a Seventh Circuit case that recognized the right of nonviolent felons to have their gun rights restored after serving their time. What was most upsetting to Durbin wasn't Barrett's support for restoring rights. Apparently, it was her declaration and recognition that the Second Amendment is an individual and not a collective right. This is hilarious considering the Supreme Court has recognized consistently that the right is individual, both in District of Columbia v. Heller and McDonald v. Chicago. The right to self-defense is natural and individual, necessarily. There's no way a government can grant you a collective defense as a right, so it doesn't make sense to claim that the right doesn't belong to people individually. I also don't know why Barrett's Senate opposition is focusing so hard on this issue, because it's certainly not a winning position. Judge Barrett's nomination vote will be held next week. Next up, we have news on Q's honey badger. ATF suspends badger cease and desist. The ATF has suspended its cease and desist letter for 60 days. This comes almost immediately after the White House reportedly began investigating the ATF's decision, but a lot of people think that the ATF is just sitting on its hands waiting for the election season to see if they can't tighten the screws on us a little more later on. It's not like the current administration hasn't supported or even initiated other ATF initiatives like the bump stock ban, so frankly, none of this is too surprising. On a more positive note, petition to restore veteran rights. Gun Owners of America and Gun Owners Foundation have filed a petition to the VA demanding that they restore the rights of over 250,000 veterans. Since the rise of NICS, the VA has been reporting the names of disabled veterans who have been provided with a fiduciary manager, which is someone that helps them understand and access their VA benefits. Of course, being appointed one of these managers doesn't mean you're incompetent to own a firearm, but the feds don't care. Once a veteran's information is filed with NICS, it's too late and they can't buy a gun. Not only is this inappropriate, but it often happens without the veteran being aware of the situation until they try to buy a firearm. In other national news, Giffords' new group. We have Giffords setting up a new pro-gun group, the Gun Owners for Safety. I seriously don't know what to do with this, but the organization has allegedly already got 50,000 members so far, including hunters, vets, former cops, and others who value firearm ownership, but also want to reduce gun violence. I don't know if this is just code for FUDs or what, but Gun Owners for Safety is what we call controlled opposition. Giffords and the other anti-self-defense groups realize that they can just set up an organization to support their gun control laws. It'll work like this. Giffords or whoever will say, we need this new law. Think of the children, or wave the gun violence talisman, or whatever. And like 5 FUDs from Gun Owners for Safety will stand up and say, we support sensible gun laws like this one. This is the kind of clandestine techniques that intelligence agencies have used to topple governments. And don't believe for a moment that organizations like Giffords and company won't try to use it to strip us of our rights right here. Now, I can't speak for any other gun rights organization, but just so you know, if you ever hear a gun rights group supporting any kind of gun control, it won't be coming from me. That's for sure. Last but not least, we have more news from Canada. Canada to okay handgun bans. The federal Liberal Party is planning to allow municipalities to ban handguns in the frosty north. While nobody is certain what the legislation would look like, it seems that the mayor of Vancouver is very interested in banning them if he's reelected this month. Some places, though, are already pushing back. In fact, the province of Saskatchewan has already passed a bill preventing its cities from instituting their own bans. But with the anti-gun party still in power, the fight for Canadian gun owners is far from over. Well, that's all I've got for you this week, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to know more, check out fpcnews.org, where you can find this week's edition and information on all of our legal and legislative efforts. If you think this content would be important to anyone you know, help us spread the word and tag them down in the comments. I love seeing you guys do this. It really makes a difference. Also, be sure to check out fpcgear.com, where you can get all kinds of cool Pro 2A gear and help keep us in the fight in the process. As always, keep your eyes on Firearms Policy Coalition, where we're keeping up the fight for all of your rights all the time. I've been Matt LaRosiere, and I'll see you real soon.